Okay. So if no questions, then we can get started. I'm sharing my screen. So we have created all the junction objects and no, everything, and then we have designed this application, right? School, students, teachers, administrations, library, books, and classes, etc. So let's try to create the data. So anyone create a data and see how the data is coming up after the relationships and all? Did anyone got a chance to do that?
Yes, sir. I created a data in school, students, teachers, and meetings.
Okay, so did you understand like what we did and know whether the data or the relations are set up correctly or not?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, great. So let's do that now. Okay. So first thing first, so let's create one school. Let's assume Basham. Okay, we have Basham school, right? So let's continue with just only. So I have created a school. So admissions will happen inside the schools, correct? And so when you create an admission, so school is first, and then what all relations we have for school? We have admissions, we have classes, correct? So first, when you create an admission, what happens? So before admission, let's create classes. So because it's fixed, right? So let's create some classes. Okay, one. Let's just put one. So for all it's same. School, which school is that? Bash, right? Save and new. I'm just creating classes here. Okay. So that we can first I create school is already there, so I'm creating class. Okay. I have school data, I have class data, correct? I'm custom. Okay. So I have one school which I am running, and I have 10 classes in that school. Okay, let's create some teacher information also. So because when you start the school, you'll decide what is the school name and what are the classes which will be there and teachers, right? First, you will take all the teachers and then you start the admissions, because these three, if you don't have these three, then you will not start admission, correct? So let's create some teachers here, teacher information. Say is maths. Ajay is maths. Okay, and then school. Which school is no teaching? We need to select Basham, right? Basham school is teaching. No. Give me some names so that I can easily go and MCA, correct? Not MCA. I'm just putting something here. Okay. Okay, so I will not create all the teachers. Let's see some teachers here. Okay, some 5 teachers are existing, right? Now I have school, I have classes, I have some teachers already existing in the school. Okay, now I'll go and do an admission. So admission, what is a parent? School is parent, correct? School is parent and the class. So when one student comes in, okay, so these are all information we'll take from him and we'll store the information, correct? Student name, let's say Raja, son of some Rajesh. So date of birth. So as of now, let's assume for which class he is taking admission. Let's say first class. Okay, let's say he's taking admission for first class. So what is the minimum age of the first class student when you take 5 years? So the date of birth should be what? 5 years, correct? So now let's put it as March or April. April 1st, 4, 2022. Now 5 years means almost 2018. Okay, 2018 is the date of birth of the student. Now later we have to do all these calculations. So we have to do like where date of birth for first class, date of birth should be 5 years. So not less than 5 or not greater than 5. So that validations and all we'll do it later in the later classes. Okay. Now we'll just enter the data. Admission fee, let's say 1,000 rupees. Okay, and then fees structure. Fees. What is the fee for this first class? Let's say 1 lakh rupees is the fee. Okay, 1 lakh is the fee. Gender will take. Okay, discount if there is anything you can provide. Let's say for example 10% discount. Okay, previous school no, and then previous grade no, because it's first class, so nothing will be there. And then school, right? Save. So you have taken one admission. Now if you go to school, what you can see here is school name is Bhashyam. You have one admission. Okay, admission 00010. Name you will get it here, and you have these classes in the school, right? And then once the admission is done, what you'll do here, you have given name, general name. Okay, but when you create a student, actual student, this is just admission. So later you will create a student record for it. Then you go and here create a record. Student name. What is the student name I have given? Raja, right? Father name is Rajesh. And here we will connect the admission. Here we will connect the admission. So what is the date of birth I gave? April 1st. Okay. email not required, phone number you will enter something, gender again here, street something, state Andhra Pradesh, city Anantapur, Karnool, and then we will leave all these things. Okay, fee amount 1 lakh, subjects, let's say he's taking Telugu and manners, social science, for example. Okay, 10% discount. Which school is studying in? He is studying in Basham School. What is his administration number? 000101. And then same. Okay. Now, if you see here, this is the student information. Okay. And student is, what are the parents are there for student? School is one parent, admission is one parent. School is master detail, admission is lookup. Or admission is also master. What? Edit. Yeah, both are master, I think, right? Yes, both are master detail relationships. So that means student become a junction object between admission and school. So let me open that form. Yeah. So class I didn't do what. I need to have the class also, correct? Where is the class field? Okay, so here class is missing. So this guy has joined Raja, but which class? Correct. So the class has to be there, but class is missing here. So what I need to do, I need to create a relationship and create a class. So let me go to student. Admission master detail, school master detail. Okay. Let me create a class. So as one object can have only two master details, so we cannot go with the master detail again. So we'll go with lookup. Now if I come back here, so class will be there and the class. Which class is staying? First class, right? Then save. Okay. Now if you see, student is connected to three objects: school, admission, and class. So even if I go into class, so then I can see how many students are there in this class. Okay. So how many students are there? So this is admission and this is the student, right? So first class, how many students are there? So admission started. So if you keep on creating data, you will see how many students are there in the particular class. So now what you need to do here is, actually this admission we have to make it look up, and class we have to make master detail. So here you change it. Okay. So go ahead and change the admissions to lookup and class to master detail. Okay. So why do we need a class as master detail? Because we have to use another function here. Okay, there is another logic called a roll-up summary that is needed. Okay, so why? Because so if I need to see how many students are there in the class, then I have one functionality called roll-up summary functionality, which I'll explain later. So it will show you here count of the students. So in this class, how many students are there? So if there are 100 students, it will display here as 100. If there are 60, it will display 60. So that happens only in master detail. Okay, it cannot be done in lookup. So let's change admission to lookup and class to master detail. Okay, these two change. Let's do it in my object as of now, and later we can do it on. Admission, lookup, and class I'll make master detail. Okay, so I have changed that relation according to the requirement. So now it is admission is lookup and class is master detail. Okay, so we can see here, right? So from admission, school and class is connected. From student, school, admission, class is connected. Library I haven't given yet, so we'll do that later. And then we have subject, correct? So classes are there, teachers are there. Now which teacher is teaching what classes, correct? Or what subjects they are teaching. Now if I go here first and select, okay, so subject name, let's say maths. Who is teaching maths? Ajay. Ajay is teaching maths. Which class he is teaching? Let's say he is a senior guy. Okay, let's say 10th he is doing. Okay, timing and all we'll do later. Same. And again he is doing maths for another class. Correct? So which class is let's say 9th class. Same. And you also class tells for 8th class. Okay. Now if you see here subject maths, Ajay is teaching class 8th. Now if you go to class, 8th class, who is teaching maths? Ajay is teaching maths. How many students are there here? What are the admissions? You can see here. Okay. Similarly, if you go to teacher, who is the teacher? Ajay. MTech, maths, 5 years experience. What subjects he is teaching? He is teaching maths. For which class? 10th, 9th, and 8th. Okay. Clear? So this is how we'll do. So like this, we'll build a project, right? So now if you enter the data according to your understanding, then you'll get to know what all things we can add. Okay. Now let's go and do some formulas here. So when you go to admission or student, is this clear? Shall I go ahead to the formula fields?
Yes.
Okay. And also I think I have given Excel sheet, right? Earlier with the requirement. So what I'll do, I'll put all the formula fields there. I'll put the requirements. Go ahead and do the formulas from your side also. Okay. So here what we need fees is 1 lakh. We are giving 10% discount. So that means how much? How much is the fees? Total fee 90,000, right? So for that, what we need? We need a formula field. Correct? So how do you create a formula field? So go to this object. Okay, create new field. And then we have formula. Next. Total amount. Okay. Now what is the return type of the formula? So I'm calculating the currency, right? I'm calculating the currency. So amount minus 10% discount. So they again will what do we get? We get the amount only, correct? So that means what is the return type? It's currency. We have to select currency. Decimal is up to your no interest whether we need or not, but 2 is the decimal point for currency always. Next. And then what would be the formula here? Can someone tell me what is the formula? So go to advanced formulas here, right? And then amount minus amount. As the discount is percentage field, we can directly give into discount. Okay, hope this works. And no, when you have to do first this calculation and then minus, then we always put brackets for it, right? So then first this calculation will amount into discount 10%. So 1 lakh into 10%. Discount is now 10,000. So you'll get 10,000 here. And what is the amount? 1 lakh. 1 lakh minus, you'll get 10,000. So 1 lakh minus 10,000 is 90,000. Okay, no syntax error. Right, let me put this in the document. So like this, there will be a lot of formulas you'll get. In this project. System. Okay, amount minus this one. So what is my amount? 1 lakh minus. So here it will become 1 lakh into 20 by 100. So as not 20, 10, right? 10 by 100. Okay. And then what it will become? 1 lakh minus 10,000. Okay. So 1 lakh by 10% is 10,000. So what is the total amount now? It will become 90,000. Right? After 10% discount, it will become 90,000. So let me go back. So always when you have any formula, right? First click on check syntax. Check the syntax first, and then you will see here no syntax errors. Let's say if you have done some error, okay. If you have done some error and click on check syntax, then you will get an error here. Syntax error missing brackets, right? So there you are missing a bracket. Here, go ahead and fix it. Like this, it will show you. If there is an error, it will show the error. Okay. and then click on check syntax and see the syntax if everything is working fine or not. Syntax is nothing but the whether you have given properly or not. The formula, the way it has to be, so whether you are keeping everything perfect or not according to the formula. Okay, that is called syntax. Now this is good. Okay, and this one, treat blank fields as blanks or treat blank fields as 0. So as it is currency, so we'll go with the zeros. Okay, if we deal with some text fields and all, we'll go for the blanks. Next. Same. Now, if I go into admission, see here, it came as 90, right? So this is one formula. Then do it for date of birth also. Do it for date of birth. So what is the date of birth formula should be here? So today minus date of birth. So today minus date of birth, what it will give? Let me do it here. Age calculation. Okay. Today is a function which is provided by Salesforce, which gives you today's date. Okay. Today's date minus date of birth. Okay. So what it will give? It will give you number. It will give you number. Today, let's say it's 2023, right? And date of birth is 2018. So 23 minus 18. So how many days it will come? So it will come around 5 years. 5 years means, so 5 into 365 days. So you will get a number there. Now what you need age, not the number of days. You need age, right? You need only one number. Then what you can do is today minus date of birth divided by what? 365. Then you will get a age. So here put it in bracket like this. Today minus date of birth divided by 365 days. Then what you will get? You will get the number 5 or no 5.2, 5.3 like that. 5.4. So it's July, April, right? Then you will get 5.3. Okay, 5.3 years. Yeah, April, right? May, June, July. Yeah, 5.3 years age you will get. Okay. Now whether he is eligible or not for first class, he is eligible, right? So that's how we calculate. Now here you can put one more field called eligible age. Okay. So what is the eligible age? You can put a field here. Okay. You can put some number there, and accordingly your age should match with that. Okay. If it doesn't match, then throw error. If it matches, that's fine. Like that. Okay. So let's go and create another field in this object. That is what? Age. So age, again a formula field, correct? Next. Return is number. What is return? It's number. Now, what is the formula as I said? Date of birth, right? So let's put date of birth here. Inside. So what is my function? So all the functions will be available on the left side here. If you see on the right side, these are all the functions. So there are many functions which are available. If you see here, if you scroll down, you'll see all these functions. Okay. So we might not look at all these functions, but we'll see some. Okay. And no, For this, you have help also. If you click on this getting started and operators and functions, then you'll find examples of each function. Okay, for all these functions, you will see the example. Okay, just go ahead and click on this and see all the functions there. Now, what is our function to calculate the age? So I need today, right? Insert. So today minus date of birth, okay, divided by. So what will get if I don't divide? What I'll get? Let me show you what I'll get. Okay, so I'll get the number of days. I think this calculation I already shown in another example, right? So let's not waste our time. Today minus 365, 365. Okay, next. Save. I think we covered this one earlier in the earlier class. Right. Now let's say age. See here, 5 months and 26 days. Let me change the date of birth to 7th month. So same date. July 3rd. 2018 only, but July 3rd. Now you can see exact 5 years, right? So it's calculating the number of days. Now, okay. This is clear on the formula fields. These two, not all, these two, age and discount.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if you see here, what it is giving me age, right? Student age. Now what you try is, so what I need here, I'll explain you. Just try it out. Okay. What I am expecting here is age as like this. So what I need here is, so try it out. Okay. Age should display like 5 years. Okay, 5 years, some 2 months, 6 days. Like this, it has to display. Okay, instead of just giving 5.3, 5.2. So this is fine. You keep this age field as it is and create another field which should display information like this. It should have years, months, and days information. Okay, just try from your end. And for this one, return type should be text, not the number, because you have the years and months in between, right? So it has to be a text. So try this one. Okay, why how can you add years in between? How can you add months here, etc., etc.? Just try. Or else you can try in a different format, like 5 years, 3 months, 5 years. No, aggregate, like let's say if there are 26 days, right? 5 years aggregated to 26 means it's almost close. So you can aggregate to 5.3. Okay, if it is 5.1, then you can consider it as 5, something like that. You can aggregate also. We'll see that later. Okay, this is one thing you can do it. Now let's go into student. Okay, so now for in admission, what we did, we already calculated. What? We calculated the discount amount, correct? Final amount we calculated, and we already did the pending amount, right? So final amount we calculated, and age also we calculated here, right, in the admission. Now if I go here, if I go to student, where did we do calculations? So total amount, student age, both are calculated here. Now here also we have done some calculation, I guess, right? Pending amount, final amount. Age and all we calculated. Now, so student admission is parent to student, right? Am I correct or not? So is this a different record or what? Let me create another record. Admission is not the student. Yeah, admission is there, right? Then why it is not? One second, guys. Let me check. So what I did, I changed the school class to master detail and admission. Let me check and add the admission. Lookup field. Yeah, when I removed that relationship, it got removed from layout also. So in tomorrow's or day after tomorrow's class, we'll discuss about layout, list views and all. Okay. Okay. So this is my student information. Okay. So let me do one more thing. Let's edit and remove these calculation fields. Okay. Bother about discount. The amount. Don't bother about it. Final amount remove. Pending amount remove. Okay. Now let's see the student layout, how it looks. So let me create another one. Okay, so Mahesh. Okay, so date of birth, let's go with the same. I don't change anything. Let's put the same thing. So straight. Anantapur pin code, country, subjects, discount. Okay, everything I'm keeping same. Okay, admission number. So I have to take an admission yet. So before that, I need to create an admission for Mahesh, right? So let me create admission for Mahesh. So without admission, we will not take any student into consideration, right? He is also, let's say, joining in first class only. Okay. So this is admission fee. This is school fee. Let's say 20%, for example. Okay. Which school? Basha. Which class? First class. So second admission, we got second admission. Okay. Now we'll go and create a student information. And it's not here. Same information gave. And here I'll select the admission 2, class 1 and Basha. Now save. So now see here in the school, in the student information. So age, okay, we'll remove this age 1 we'll remove. Now this guy, this admission number, we got it, correct? So what's there in this admission number? Let's check. So when you took admission, what you have done, you have taken his date of birth, right? you have taken is discount percentage, amount, and total amount, correct? And student age is also here. So all the calculations are already done at an admission level. Again, you don't need to write those formulas, the full formulas again in the child object. When you have data in the parent, here, right? You don't need to create again same age formulas, amount formulas and all in the child object. Okay, don't need to write. So you can directly get the formulas from the parent to the child. Okay, these are already there, so forget about that. Now, okay, now I want to see what is the fee of this guy, Rajesh or what? Mahesh. So how much fee he has to pay? So what is the payment he has to do? He has to do after discount. So his fee is 1 lakh, but he got a discount of 20%. So he got total amount to be paid as 8,000, and his date of birth, student age is 5 years. Okay, so these two. So at a parent level, at admission level, I have amount information and age information, correct? Both I have. Now at a student level also, I should have those details, but I should not write the again new formula here. So having amount field, then discount field, all those things I don't need here on the student object. Okay, got it? At a parent level, I have the amount field, I have the discount field, and I have the age field. Okay, again same fields you don't create in child object. Okay, again discount field, again payment field, and age field, you don't need to create a new field and then do the new calculations. Okay, don't need to do that. But if you want those fields to be shown on the student object, then you have to write a formula field for that. You need to write a formula field. So in this formula field, what we'll do is just pull the parent field and show it in the child. Now what I'll do, you guys got it? So my point here is, when you have the calculation field or some information on the parent, if you want to display the same information on the child record, then you can use a formula field and show it. You don't need to create again same this amount field, right? Discount field, and then do the calculation and show total amount, date of birth, and do the calculation and show the age. You don't need to do again same calculations here in the child. So what you can do is, you can create a formula. Don't need to do the whole fields to be created and that. Instead of that, what we can do is, we can create another formula field. Let's say I want to show the amount information here. After discount, what is the amount I want to show here on the student, right? Then what you can do, you can go to formula, click next. What is that? Student total amount to be paid, for example. Total amount to be paid after discount. So what do you see here? You'll see currency. So select currency here. Amount means currency, right? You'll select currency. Now here, so I already have total amount field on the which object? Admission object, correct? Total amount field is already there in the admission object. So what I'm saying is, I will not create this amount field. I will not create discount field. So these are already there on the admission object. So I don't create those two fields in the student. So instead of that, I'll create a field directly to pull this information. I want to display total amount. So I'll just refer to this field and display the amount directly without doing calculation. So calculation is happening here, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to student, created a formula field, then click on insert. Then, so here, admission means the field. admission here, there are two admissions. If you see here carefully, admission means the field inside the student object. The field inside the student object. So when you click on this admission and greater than symbol, what happens is it will go to the admission and it will refer to the fields of the admission here. All the fields of admission. So like parent, so student, child, admission is parent, and from admission, here you have all the fields you can select. So what is the field now, which I need to select? I want to display total amount, correct? So I can select total amount here and then insert. See here, what is happening? Admission underscore underscore r dot total. So when you refer to the same object field, what will get? What is the API name? Total amount underscore underscore C is the API name of the field. Correct? Total amount underscore underscore C. So when you want to display the data, when you display from parent object, then it is called cross object formula. Okay, now what I'm thinking here, I want to display the total amount of admission in student, right? Example, in admission object, total amount, to be displayed in student object. Okay, this is my requirement. Total amount of admission object should be displayed on student. Now student has some fields, admission has some fields. From student, I have to go to, okay, student, and then go to admission, and then total amount to be displayed. This is my formula. From student, I have to go to admission, and from admission, I have to go to the admission fields and select the admission field, whichever field I want to display, and then show it. Now what is happening here is, as per the formula, when you refer to the same object fields, then you'll get an API name as underscore underscore C when you refer to the same object fields. So whenever you are referring to the parent object to the other object, right? Then what happens here is, what is the API name of admission object? Admission underscore underscore C, right? This is the API name of the object. In case of this relationship, when you are going from parent, child to parent, and from parent you are referring to some fields, then what it becomes is admissions underscore underscore R. So here R means relationship. So admission, student and admission has a lookup relationship, right? Admission is parent and student is child. So from student, you can go to the parent object, and from the parent object, you can pull the field and display. Now, if you refer to the say only object, then it will become under admission underscore underscore C. But if you refer to the from child object to the parent, then it will become underscore underscore R. Okay, it will become underscore underscore R, and then which field you are referring here? Admission underscore underscore R dot, which field you are referring? Total amount, right? Total underscore amount. This will become same underscore underscore C. So that means what it says is, you are in student object, you are going to admission, and in the admission you are taking total amount field. So that is the reason it is saying this total amount field is not within the student. So you are going to admission. So admission underscore underscore R dot total amount is what the calculation is, or the formula field is. Okay, any questions on this one? So this is very important. We'll be going to see a lot of these examples going forward. Okay, any questions on this one? Let me check syntax.
For the admission to student lookup relation is there anywhere?
Yes, from student, admission is lookup relationship master. I mean parent. Admission is parent in a lookup relationship.
Can we do it from master relationship also?
From master to child?
Yeah,
I didn't-
admission is a master,
Yes.
student is child.
Yes.
Can we do it?
Yeah, that is what admission is master, student is child here also.
Okay.
Yeah, here see admission is master here. Yeah, one student object. From student, I created an admission lookup relationship. That means admission is master and student is child.
Okay.
Okay. Only you can refer to the masters in this formula field. You cannot refer the child object. Like if you are in admission and you want a student information, then you will not get it.
Okay.
Okay, only masters you can refer. You cannot refer the child objects. Like let's say from admission you want another formula field for student, then it will not work. Only from child to parent you can go. Okay. See. Now see here, if I go to student, I can see total amount field here. Total amount to be paid 80,000. Okay. Now, if I go into admission and remove this, let's say 20,000, 20%, I don't want. I want only 10% to be given. Okay. If I save it, what happens? The total amount, what will be the total amount here? 90,000. And the same will automatically get reflected here in the student. So it's 80,000 now. If you refresh, it will become 90,000. Okay. So what is the benefit out of this here? So here I have amount field, I have discount field, 2 fields, and then formula field, 3 fields I have. In student, what I have only 1 field, formula field. I didn't do any calculations. I'm just referring to the parent field and getting the value into this one. Okay, so no need to create duplicate fields here. Again, the amount field and again discount field. So those 2 fields are already there on the parent. So you can use those calculation, whatever calculation done, and display. Okay. Now next, what else I have? I have student age here. Correct. Student age is calculated from date of birth. Now I want student age to be displayed here. I want student age to be displayed here again. Okay. Now what you do again? Go to object, right? Click new. Now you have to tell me the formula. Click new. Select formula. So what is the return type of this formula? I am displaying age. What should be the return type?
Number.
So return type should be number. Now, what will the formula will become here? So either you can type in or you can select. So first I need to select admission and greater than symbol, and then I need to select the student age. Right now, see here, to display the student age, again it will become under student __ r dot student _ age _ c. Right. So why it is r? Because it's relationship. So you are referring to the parent objects field. So that is where Salesforce has defined it as admission underscore R to differentiate. Okay, you are referring to the same field, same object field, or you are referring to different object field. Okay, so that way it will display. Yes. Okay, so number, let me put zeros only. Next. Next. Let's say. Now, if you see, you will get the age here, 5 years. Okay, so that is a formula. And what do we call these formula fields? We call these as cross object formula fields. What do we call? Cross object formula fields. Cross object is when you want to display the data from parent object, then it is called cross object formula. Okay, now even if you see the formula here, you will see the difference. So where is that field? See here. So this is the formula field we created. Student age, total amount to be paid. So there is one symbol here if you see. So this is child. So you are referring to parent field in the formula. So that is called, it is cross object formula field. Okay. So this symbol came out. So here also you have this symbol. See here, pending amount is within Salesforce, within student formula. This one, these two are within student object formula. So there is no symbol here. See. So what did we do? We took only the fields within student object. Final amount of fee paid. So it's not cross object. So same object, same fields you have used within the object fields. So here you have used another object's field. Okay, you have used another object field. So it is cross object formula. Okay, is that clear? Any questions on this one?
No.
Oh. Any questions on this one? Formula fields?
No, sir.
Now what you guys, what I want from your side is, now as you have the schema already existing, correct? You have all the schema ready, right? So go and, what happened? Now you have all the schema here, right? You have school object, you have classes, you have teacher, you have admission, students, library, books, and all. So try to create as many as cross object formula fields as possible. So from parent, you need the same data on the child. So go ahead and do it. Okay, try to understand and try to do whatever cross object formula will get, like a payment, discount. So not only payment, right? If you want to display the discount given to the student on the admission, okay, you want to display the student discount, display it. Okay, and school is already there. Previous class information if you want to display anything, date of birth, even date of birth also you have given here. So if you don't want date of birth to be filled in as the student, you can do a cross object and show the date of birth on the student from here itself. Okay, it's not that only this calculated field has to be created. You can create n number of cross object formula fields. No need to worry about that. Okay, you can create multiple cross. Just think about it and try to do it. Okay, so how many, whatever possible, you can try and do it.